So this week I went to a conference in DC, and one of the speakers was just brilliant, and I want to tell you about it. He was the chief of chaplains of the British Army, and he was talking about the relationship between artificial intelligence and the future of the church. And he shared a statistic that in the Church of England, 1.1 million people actually go to church each week and sit in the pews, but 1.2 million people do church online or virtually in England. And then he takes out his iPhone, and before God and everybody, he presses the button down on the iPhone and says, "Siri, open the Church of England." And Siri is like, "Here's the Church of England, how may I help you?" And then he says, "Siri, lead me in the daily prayer." And no joke, Siri started to lead in prayer. And for right there, he started to make some connections. And as he did, I started to make some connections with our vision at Christ Church. See, at Christ Church, we want to do the things well that you can't do virtually. You know what I mean? We want to do the things well that you can't do virtually. And I just got to be honest that we're not going to preach as well as John Piper and whoever people listen to on podcasts these days. But you can download world-class instruction that's truly amazing, and that's a good thing. We're not going to be able to provide worship like Hillsong or Jesus Culture or whatever you listen to. That's world-class musical ability that we can't compete with. But what we want to do well is those things that you can't do virtually. And so we want to take communion every week, because you can't take communion digitally. You have to be there to receive the sacrament and the grace that's provided through faith. So we're going to take communion every week because you can't do it digitally. We want to have a time of eating together, because there's a lot of reasons, but we feel that a shared meal, there's just something special, as long as it's informal and no strings attached and just an opportunity for friends to get together and organically have fellowship. And so we want to eat together, but you can't eat together virtually. We also want to have a time of ministry where if God's up to something or there's somebody sick, we can actually lay hands and anoint with oil and pray for those that need prayer. But you can't anoint with oil virtually. And so just this week I was reminded of our vision of wanting to do the things well at Christ Fellowship Leavenworth that we can't do virtually.